And so it begins.
Movies. Movies.
Okay, it's Christmas Eve, and I'm going to start off my 1001 movies you must see before you die reviews. You'll only know about these reviews if you've either two things: seen my special announcement, which also announced my PSC rental reviews for movies, and if you're a subscriber. If you're not, subscribe. And I'm going to review for you today Reservoir Dogs, which according to this book was made in 1992, directed by Quentin Tarantino, produced by Lawrence Bender. Screenplay was by Quentin Tarantino, and the cast was Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, Michael Madison, Chris Penn, Steve Buscemi, Lawrence Tieneri, Randy Brooks, Kirk Blast, Edward Bunker, Quentin Tarantino in a very small role, Rich Tunner, David Sean, Tony Cosmo, and Steve-O Poli and Michael Sotley. Apparently that's the cast. I've probably pronounced half their names wrong, but anyway, this is the first directorial debut from self-obsessed video geek Quentin Tarantino, who with every film he does, he gets better. With Bastards he'll get better, with Kill Bill he definitely got better, with Death Proof even he showed us even that through a B-movie you can still have style. So there. And what can I say, this was the first time I'd seen Reservoir Dogs. I bought Reservoir Dogs a long time ago and never got round to watching it. And everyone said, oh, this is the film that started off everything. This is the film that started off the heist gone wrong movies. And I've seen a few of them for sure. And I definitely agree now. This is the film that started off cliches now for this genre. And I really liked Reservoir Dogs. This is going up with probably Quentin Tarantino's third best film for me. It's not as good as Pulp Fiction, and it's definitely not as good as Kill Bill Volume 1, but it is better than Volume 2, and it is better than Death Proof. But you probably know the story by now. It's about some robbers, some low-life characters named Mr. Brown, Mr. Pink, Mr. Orange, and Mr. White, and Mr. Blonde. And you've also got Mr. Blue and some other characters. And they are going on this heist job that goes horribly wrong by the end. Not that they don't get the money, they do get the money, but people get killed, people get injured, people betray people, it all goes horribly wrong. And it's, from a first time script, it feels like it's been crafted by some of the great crime writers, you know, maybe even by Scorsese, maybe by people like that, just crafted so well, with great one-liners that are so quotable. And then you have just such a great storyline of portrayal, which I really liked in this film. It's also got some really memorable quotes. It's got some memorable scenes. To say a few, I will mention one, Michael Madison scene where he cuts off the guy's ear and almost slits his throat and is about to burn him alive. The torture scene, which is surprisingly, I shouldn't have laughed, but I say in these reviews sometimes that some films I see that aren't comedies have twisted and sick humour. This one especially. This is probably the most unintentionally sick, twisted humour kind of a film that I've seen. And it's got a great soundtrack with all of Quentin Tarantino's films, and some very memorable characters, which I will probably remember for all my time as a Quentin Tarantino fan. Now, I do have problems with this film, for sure. The characters in this film sometimes are so hard to care for, and there's sometimes no point for some of the characters. Mr. Blue, Mr. Quentin Tarantino's just pretty much crappy role was not needed. He's not a very good actor. I'm glad the best role he's been in was in Death Proof, where he didn't say a word. And also, with every single Quentin Tarantino film you get, the soundtrack, it becomes the film. It becomes part of the film, and the scene that the music is in centers around the film. I'll give him credit, and I'll give him some leeway that this was his first directorial debut and he maybe didn't know what to do. But in every single Quentin Tarantino film, the music becomes part of the scene, and the scene revolves around the music. Not just because the music has to be there, because there's no talking. I know the very first scene where he's starting to go dun 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 dun. Yeah, that was great, but all the rest stank. The music's great, but it doesn't work. I don't think the music really worked in some of the scenes at all, and I think that's maybe a problem, because it's got a great soundtrack, but unlike any other Quentin Tarantino film, the music just doesn't work with the scene. But overall, I think this has got some problems for sure. I don't think it's a masterpiece, but I think it's a great, entertaining thrill ride of a film, and it's definitely a great directorial debut from Quentin Tarantino, who is just one of the quintessential American filmmakers nowadays. So for me, it's an 8 out of 10. I really like this film, but I do think it's one of Quentin Tarantino's best, not his very best. Okay, so from me, I hope you have a very good Christmas, and if I don't see you before Boxing Day or New Year, have a good one.
Have you ever seen a one-trick pony and feel so happy and free? If you've ever seen a one-trick pony, then